will be joining me from Lagos. Now remember to follow this newscast live on our website nta.ng/live, and you can follow us on all our social media handles displayed on the screen. President Muhammadu Buhari has tasked the State Chief of Protocol, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri, to remain a good ambassador of the presidency by exhibiting a high sense of responsibility in the discharge of his duties as the Masanin Kazauri. This was while formally receiving the new traditional title holder after his turbaning ceremony in Kazauri Emirate of Jigawa. State House correspondent Adamu Sambu reports.
An accomplished diplomat, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri has been the State Chief of Protocol to President Muhammadu Buhari since May 2015. He was recently enlisted into the prestigious Kazauri Emirate Council following his appointment by the paramount ruler of Kazauri, Najib Hussaini Adamu, as the Masanin Kazauri. President Muhammadu Buhari was represented at the ceremony by his Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari. Here, Professor Gambari is leading all the presidential aides and the entire members of the 001 team to formally present the new Masanin Kazauri to the Nigerian leader. President Buhari, who once again appreciated the Emir of Kazauri for finding Ambassador Lawal Kazauri worthy of the appointment, expressed the belief that the new traditional title holder will not only be an asset, but indeed a dependable ally in the progress and development of Kazauri Emirate, as explained by his Chief of Staff, Professor Ibrahim Gambari.
He was extremely delighted and even had a written statement because Ambassador Kazauri is a career diplomat, very experienced, very thorough, very committed, and is known that he appreciates those who serve him faithfully, loyally, committedly, and with experience and expertise. We also see that this is a recognition by the outside and the communities of the quality of people that are serving Mr. President so that he can fulfill his mandates and priorities, particularly as we are coming towards the end of the administration's tenure.
The highly elated Masanin Kazauri, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri, was full of appreciation to the president for entrusting him with a coveted job that not only brought him to limelight and honor, but enabled him contribute his quota to the advancement of his people.
For one to be given the title of Masani speaks volume, and then the only thing I can say is to thank him and thank the people of the Emirate for the support and goodwill as well as prayers they have been offering us since the beginning of this exercise.
So what should they be expecting from you as Masanin Kazauri?
The expectations are very high, and as a human being, we can only do the little we can through the help and guidance of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The only thing we can do, we are just used as a means to an end. So keep on praying to Almighty Allah to give us the opportunity and also the will and the health to keep on serving the people wherever we find ourselves.
It will be recalled that on the same day of his coronation as Masanin Kazauri, the State Chief of Protocol, Ambassador Lawal Kazauri, also gave her his daughter in marriage. From the State House, Adamu Sambu, NTA News.
The Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Bajabiamila, says for the legislature to make the desired impact and consolidate the gains of democracy, there should be concerted efforts to stop the current experience of high turnover of lawmakers in Nigeria after every election cycle. This was at an event to mark the House of Representatives Press Week. National Assembly correspondent Lani Ali reports.
The high turnover of lawmakers after every election cycle, the Speaker said, incapacitates the legislature, erodes stability and affects output in relation to checkmating the executive arm of government to ensure good governance. The Speaker was represented by the Deputy Majority Leader, Peter Patterson.
Is to maintain and support and sustain the experience already acquired by those who have been in service for quite some time. Rely on their experience and the competencies acquired from previous services to better the lot of Nigerian people. The backbone of the legislature is in the committee work.
The Director General of the National Institute for Legislative and Democratic Studies, Professor Abubakar Suleiman, says the turnover of legislators may be worse in 2023, as already about 70% of serving lawmakers lost at the primaries.
That the legislature provide facility, infrastructure, that they award contracts. We need to change that perception.
The issue of high turnover of lawmakers lends its negative impact on performance of the legislature. It includes erosion of legislative stability.
To reverse the trend, speakers as the occasion advocates public enlightenment towards building quality legislature from the National Assembly. Lami Ali, NTA News.
The Office of the Speaker, House of Representatives, is also working with Nigeria's population managers to map ways of utilizing demographics for key deliverables. Top on their agenda is having a significant reduction in fertility rate, fostering education for all, and better employment creation for a young population. These issues came up at the recent parliamentary summit in Abuja. Olusheye Adiabo reports.
Nigeria in the mid-2021 has a projected estimated population of 216 million, and the State of the World Population Swap report indicates that 2.5 million pregnancy cases in the country are reported to be unattended annually. It is worrisome data for these actors in population management and for the Speaker, House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila. He is set to start using his office to partner with the National Population Commission and supported by the World Bank to coordinating multi-sectoral action needed for investing in people to drive economic gains.
It is expected that participants in this summit will emerge from the summit with greater clarity about the challenges of unmanaged growth.
Evidence derived from timely, comprehensive, reliable, and disaggregated data is fundamental for informed policy decisions.
Another key issue that we must invest in is the education of the girl child.
Demographic transition project is to start having appropriate investment driving Nigeria to development and economic success. In Abuja, Olusheye Adiagbo, NTA News.
Pay your taxes when due to avail government the revenue needed to meet operational and infrastructural needs, says the Executive Chairman of the Federal Inland Revenue Service, Mohammed Nemi, during a visit from members of the Independent Petroleum Producers Group. Benny Adams reports.
For some time now, crude oil production has been on the low. Oil theft, pipeline vandalism, and inadequate infrastructure for increased production are factors partly responsible. This, the players in the sector say, has continued to deny both the private owners and government the desired revenue, just as payment of taxes is mandatory.
Some of us have not produced oil for the last 6 months, 1 year. Some of them have not exported any oil at all. We are not asking for tax forgiveness. It's just that the environment right now, particularly in the Niger Delta, has become very challenging to our operation and our ability to meet our obligation to the FIRS as and when it is due.
With what seemed a clear understanding of the challenges presented and the prayers put forward by the oil producers, the FIRS chairman is of the view that if all eligible taxpayers meet their obligations, the government would then have the resources needed to provide solutions to challenges.
In the course of your operations, your members need roads, need securities of their lives and properties. They need other social amenities, and tax is the only instrument in the hands of government so that they are able to provide you these social goods and services.
The Independent Petroleum Producers Group is an indigenous upstream exploration and production companies committed to realizing a sustainable petroleum industry. In Abuja, Benny Adams, NTA News.
While global telecommunications company Globacom has a yearly tradition of bringing Christmas early for its subscribers, and this year is no different. The Festival of Joy promo is changing the status of subscribers in Edo State to home and car owners. Obehia Presai brings us all the exciting moments of the event.
29-year-old Harrison Enakomu works as an accounts clerk in a small firm here in Benin. With the size of his salary, owning a car would be an unrealistic expectation. But with just 1,500 naira, he's going away with the star prize of a brand new Kia Picanto car.
From the day from around 1 o'clock they called me till now, I've only slept 30 minutes because of the excitement. I'm so excited.
Other Lucky Glow subscribers are also partakers of the Glow Festival of Joy promo as they win sewing machines, generators and rechargeable fans. They are grateful to Glow for maintaining its high standard of integrity and excellence.
I'm glad for the machine because of my daughter. She attended Uniben and she has graduated, but she loves tailoring and she has gone for training as a tailor. And we bought second-hand machine for her before, but now God brought a new one through Glow.
Oh, Glover, long live them.
The inclusion of the 3-bedroom bungalows in this year's promo and the consistency of rewarding its subscribers is in line with the mandate of the indigenous telecommunication company.
I'm still coming back to Benin for the house. I know that we have 2 houses, 2 bungalow houses in Benin to be presented to our subscribers.
Once you're a Globacom subscriber, the drum is done. If you're not happy to emerge, you're a winner.
No, it's giving back to society because society has supported it. So as our own, we must continue to support Glow.
We have always partnered with Globacom and all their modus operandi in achieving all that they are doing. They have always been satisfactory.
The Glow Festival of Joy promo train is expected to make its next stop at Port Harcourt. In Benin, Obehio Presai, NTA News.
Now, the Nigerian Export Week opens in Abuja with a commitment to sustaining Nigeria's export culture towards stimulating the business community to prioritize export of non-oil products, with the Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Adeni Adebayo, reiterating government stance while endorsing the government's Export for Survival campaign, setting the tone for the Nigerian Export Promotion Council's Export Week in Abuja. Comfort Amadou reports.
It's been a challenging time for Nigeria and supply chains around the world with loss of momentum, partly due to the Russia and Ukraine conflict and the economy shocks caused by COVID-19. For a way out, Nigeria is stepping up to stimulate the recovery of its economy, particularly through the non-oil sector, critical to this agenda, to signal the commitment of the government to reposition Nigeria's non-oil sector and trade expansion to the global market. Minister of Industry, Trade and Investment, Adeni Adebayo, has launched an Export for Survival campaign driven by the Nigerian Export Promotion Council.
One of Nigeria's biggest developmental ambitions is the diversification of the country's economy and repositioning of Nigeria as a major international supply chain partner. Nigeria has an opportunity to fill a lot more of its global demand, and we cannot allow it to lose. It's a patriotic call on all Nigerians to realize the urgency of engaging in non-oil export trade as a viable means of economic growth, industrial development, employment generation, and boosting our foreign exchange earnings.
To take advantage to ensure that more investments are challenged in the non-oil sector of the economy.
The Export for Survival campaign is targeted at increasing foreign exchange earnings in Abuja. Comfort Amadou, NTA News.
It's time for some messages. The news continues shortly. Stay tuned.
The 4th edition of the President Muhammadu Buhari's Administration Scorecard Series will feature the Honorable Minister of Interior, Ogbeni Rauf Aregbesola. Date Tuesday, 22nd November 2022. Time 10:30 a.m. Venue National Press Center, Radio House, Abuja. While the 5th edition features the Honorable Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Ajia Sadiya Umar Farouk. Date Thursday, 24th November 2022. Time 10:30 a.m. Venue National Press Center, Radio House, Abuja. The event will be covered live by NTA, FRCN, and VON and streamed on the social media handles of the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture. Announcer Mrs. Lydia Shehu Jafia, Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
On behalf of the Bauchi State Government and the entire people of Bauchi State, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Kadir Mohammed, CON, Gauram Bauchi, Executive Governor of Bauchi State, welcomes His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kolmani Integrated Development Project activities in all prospecting licenses 809 and 810 Kolmani River 2 Oil Field. Date Tuesday 22nd November 2022 at 11 a.m. at the Kolmani River 2 Oil Project site in Alkaleri Local Government Area, Bauchi State. Long live Bauchi State, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Special Advisor, Media and Publicity to the Bauchi State Governor, Comrade Mukhtar Gidado, announcer.
I dey look for pension fund administrator, wey stop, make sense, wey care for me. No be the time wey story go enter the matter when it's time to deliver. No. The bank is sure them no go stress you. Call them, then they accessible. Customer care where they on point. No go regret when you try up. Cause promisable investment. Everything just a blend. Yeah, make you choose premium pension today. Make that switch to premium pension. Premium pension. Make that switch to premium pension.
Join over 700,000 satisfied members and enjoy the premium experience at our offices across the 36 states in Nigeria, including the FCT. Call 094615700704 to make the switch today. Premium pension, active today, premium tomorrow.
Welcome to the Airtel side of life, where you're covered in a variety of reliable ways. Get a router for just 10,000 naira with up to 240 gigabyte, or this MiFi for 7,500 naira with up to 150 gigabyte, or this for 5,000 naira with up to 125 gigabyte bonus data. More data, more you. Reliable home broadband by
Airtel, the smartphone network.
My people, my name is Emeka. Mekus Kamat. Let me get all this people. I don't learn my lesson. Somebody come buy motor for my hand, carry big money, come give me. Now when the day bust, then my eye open. I know to that 419 you be. Now when EFCC babam, now they come bab me too. Now he make me, they warn you, all of them I want to do business like me. Where they carry big money, when I go, sometimes I go carry transfer, carry bring back. They could shine in my eye because the special control unit against money laundering, when they call Cano, they don't want to say if the money pass 5 million naira for individual, no collect them. If it pass 10 million naira for company, no collect them. Can I go where? Bank. If you don't do them like that, 250,000 naira for every day where this offense happen. Or they go suspend your license, or they go shut them down. Matter for your hand. No talk say I know 1 year.
This message is from the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC.
They say nothing good comes easy, but with determination and sheer focus, Boa Foods finds new ways to put food on many plates. We produce competitively priced sugar, flour and pasta that are highly sought after by our corporate and trade partners. At Boa Foods, we remain committed to lead with purpose and make a difference by embracing the responsibility to meet Africa's growing food demand. We dare to lead, so can you. Boa Foods, nourishing lives.
Thanks for staying tuned. Now, if you're watching the news on television, you should know that it has become a philosophy with a profound effect on the lives of people. Indeed, it is World Television Day, and in our incoming report, Adebola Brookslyn takes a look at the importance and impact of this visual medium of communication on humanity.
Television has continued to play an important role in shaping public opinions and global decisions.
We can all agree on the need to invest every bit of our energy in connecting the unconnected. It's no longer a want, it's a must.
Godfrey Onwabunwa is the president, set-top box manufacturers.
Today, we have more than 200 TV stations in Nigeria.
Another area Nigeria has done well, Godfrey Onwabunwa says, is the digital switch over.
By so doing, we're going to create an opportunity where more people can be involved in television business. So the quality of signals will be better, the fidelity of sound will be better, and it's going to create jobs.
For the Director General, Nigerian Television Authority, Salihu Abdulhamid Dembos, the advent of mobile phone cannot replace the traditional television.
Even on the phone, you have so many options. We have our own app, NTA app, dedicated for NTA programs. In fact, in the next 1 week, we're also launching a new application for the NTA, which is better than the one existing. And you have a conglomeration of so many television stations that is being run by NTA, that is the multi-channels.
NTA, the largest TV network in Africa, has also set up a special studio for the 2022 FIFA World Cup in Qatar. This, the Director General says, is aimed at leaving no one behind.
We are number one and we will remain to be number one. And what you have just seen is just a teaser.
This year, the day focuses on how television draws viewers' attention to quality entertainment, societal issues, and newsworthy events. The globally celebrated tool, television, was invented in 1924 by a Scottish engineer, John Logibert. Adebola Brookslyn, NTA News.
And joining us via Zoom is the head of Department of Mass Communications at the Nigerian Institute of Journalism, that's Dr. Jide Johnson. Thanks for joining us, Doctor. Can you hear me, Doctor? Is your audio on or have you muted it? Can you check to unmute the sound? I think we're having a bit of audio problem from the doctor's end. We'll go back to him once it's sorted out.
Thank you, Najatu. Television over the years has raised the consciousness and interest of Nigerians in political activities, education, and overall national development. With Nigeria inching close to the 2023 general elections, the effectiveness of television in giving unbiased coverage devoid of fake news is on the front burner of discussion as stakeholders converged on Lagos for World Television Day at the request of the Radio, Television, Theatre and Arts Workers Union of Nigeria, LATAU. Ruth Aria Samuel has the details.
A lot has changed to television as a medium of communication, a mass media box that has played pivotal roles of educating, informing, socializing and creating awareness on government policies among other usefulness to the generality of the populace. But with the advent of the social media, which has turned the business of information to news in your pocket, Giving room to fake news, the 2022 edition of the World Television Day is used as a platform for major players to converge and reflect on the roles of TV in the contemporary world. With the theme, Rethink Television for Nigeria's Political, Economic and Security Advancement, the Senior Special Assistant to the President on Media and Publicity, Garba Shehu, said the recent events in the broadcast media have left much to be desired, as the current insecurity in the country has been made worse by rising fake news and misinformation.
Is the government saying media should not report terrorist activity? That's not the whole idea. But discretion is required.
The Director General of the NTA, who was represented by the Executive Director News, Malam Mohammed Labo, said the network will continue to use its medium to foster unity among the citizenry.
If we do not, stop using television for, we will jeopardize the peace and security of this country. So we know what, is the good thing about television, and we know what is the bad thing about television.
No patriotic Nigerian, be you a journalist, politician, labor leader, retired politician, etc., would want the country to go to ruin because of improper handling of information.
Encourage the government of the day to put up a very friendly legislation, not very harsh one, that will further regulate the social media space.
The consensus here is that all media practitioners should be sensitive and broadcast only contents that will unite the people instead of heating up the polity with fake news for pecuniary gains. In Lagos, Ruth Ario Samuel, NTA News.
The International Maritime Organization, IMO, says it will support developing countries with capacity building and partnership aimed at achieving inclusive transition to zero emission in the shipping business. At a maritime summit in Lagos, the Secretary General of the IMO expressed optimism that the ambitious task of fading out marine sulfur this century is possible.
With an exclusive economic zone of up to 200 nautical miles, Nigeria has its sights on the blue economy to stimulate national prosperity, job creation, and improve livelihood. Igniting this, however, is similar to what experts described as a coin of two sides, presenting both challenges and opportunities at the same time. The IMO is aware of this, but in its effort to contribute its quota in controlling climate change, adopted a mandatory measure to reduce greenhouse gas emissions to at least 50% from ships by 2050. The Secretary General gave assurance of the IMO's readiness to embrace alternatives that are friendly to the environment, operators, and equally sustainable to the shipping business.
IMO's objectives of ensuring the safety of shipping, prevention of marine and atmospheric pollution by ships, supporting a blue economy.
Being a signatory to the United Nations Convention on Climate Change, the Minister of Transportation said Nigeria is driving a sustainable shipping strategy while showing direction in the area of establishing an extended committee headed by the Vice President to lead its blue economy policy.
This agenda, amongst others, is focused on providing an assessment of the current realities, opportunities and challenges for economic diversification and the growth of a sustainable blue economy.
The Nigerian Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, stressed the need for deeper collaboration.
Our plan is for Nigeria to take a leading role.
The Secretary General of the IMO also commended Nigeria for its maritime domain awareness strategy, which has helped to peg maritime offenses at zero since inaugurated last year.
Do not forget to follow this news broadcast live on our website at nta.ng/live and on our other social media handles displayed on your screen for updates. Time for some messages. The news continues shortly. Please stay.
Welcome to Gombe State, Mr. President. On behalf of the government and good people of Gombe State, I heartily welcome His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, to Gombe State to preside over the groundbreaking ceremony of the fourth oil drilling in Kolmani Oil Wells 2, 3, 4, and 5, Kolmani River 2 Oil Field Prospection Lead OPL 809 and 810, which is the first of its kind in the history of Northern Nigeria, this Tuesday, 22nd November 2022. Mr. President, you have indeed written your name in gold in the annals of our history, and the good people of Gombe State will forever remain grateful to you and cherishing this historic development always. Welcome to the jewel in the savannah, Mr. President. Muhammadu Inuayaya, Dan Majengube, Governor, Gombe State. Announcer.
Welcome to the Gold Festival of Joy. It's a celebration like no other, with prizes like no other. 20 new houses to be won, 24 brand new cars, 200 sewing machines, 100 generators, 1,000 rechargeable fans. It's raining kitty car prices this season in the Glow Festival of Joy promo. Dial *611# to enter and grab your share of prizes in this celebration of a lifetime. It can only be Glow. Glow Festival of Joy promo. Dial *611# now.
The Industrial Training Fund, ITF, and the Nigeria Employers Consultative Association, NECA, hereby invite participating organizations and other stakeholders in the public and private sectors to the Stakeholders Dialogue Forum and Outstanding Trainees Award Ceremony, scheduled to hold as follows. Date, Thursday, 24th November 2022. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, NAF Conference Center, Ahmadu Bello Way, Jabi, Abuja. The event, which will be chaired by the Honorable Minister of State, Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Mariam Yalwaji Katagum, will have in attendance the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Right Honorable Femi Bajabiamila, who will be the special guest, while Minister of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development, Hajia Sadia Umar Farouk, will serve as the distinguished guest. Guests of honor, President of NECA, Mr. Taiwo Adini, the country representative of Skills for Prosperity and the country representatives of Foreign Commonwealth Development Office, FCDO, Abuja. The Director General of NECA, Mr. Adewale Oyerinde, will deliver the keynote address, while the Director General and Chief Executive of the ITF, Sir Joseph Ari, will serve as the chief host. Invited guests are expected to be seated by 9:50 a.m.
How would it sound when you wake up one day and there's no country? Only chaos, confusion, bloodshed. No. We must stand for our nation. We must also stand for the armed forces. Our prayers, our validation of their efforts is what they need, which we must strive to give them as patriotic citizens. Together, we are stronger. One nation, one armed forces, one people, our Nigeria.
It's happening live in Ibadan. The National Association of Proprietors of Private Schools, NAPS Nigeria, presents the 15th NAPS International Conference Exhibition and Awards, NICE 2022. NAPS is a foremost association of private schools owners with over 50,000 members across 36 states and the Federal Capital Territory in Nigeria. Theme: Revamping Africa Education for Sustainable Development. Keynote speech by the special guest of honor, the Vice President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Professor Yemi Osibajo, GCON. Also as a special guest, the Honorable Minister for Education, Malam Adamu. Guest of honor, His Excellency the Executive Governor of Oyo State, Engineer Seyi Makinde. For sponsorship and advert placement on our materials, call
I'm about to serve better breakfast. If you're in Lagos, you need to see this.
please.
I'm not just streaming content, I'm just giving traffic.
Get more data to enjoy exclusive content. Dial *141# now. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back to our Abuja studios. We're going to rejoin Dr. Jide now for our Zoom interview on World Television Day. Thanks for joining us, Doctor.
It's a pleasure to be with you, and good evening to all our viewers all over the world. Thank you for having me.
Now, Doctor, I want to just go straight in because we've lost some minutes there. Now, how has television impacted the world?
Well, you recall Mashama Plu and term television to be that television has turned the world to a global village. Television has the capacity which no other medium communication has, the power of sight, sound, and vision, the ability to translate realism that people can see and can view it. The telling stories with visual elements enhances the credibility and the believability of the message. And that's when broadcasting started in Nigeria and in other parts of the world. It was considered so crucial because of its power and influence over the people that it must not be left in the hands of private individuals. So what started was public service broadcasting. Until 1991-92, we never had private TV stations in Nigeria until the regulation of 1992. So that the policy makers and others in the society attached to this medium has the capacity of capturing reality that no any other medium can do.
Now, Dr. Johnson, we don't have much time, so this is my final question. You do know that one can argue that our mobile devices are taking over the role of television. Do you think one day mobile phones will replace conventional TV?
That's what it was thought, that it will take over radio, it will take over TV. But I listened to the DG, you heard what the DG said. Virtually every TV station now has an app, a mobile app that people access. That tells you the power of TV, that even in the digital age, we still develop mechanisms that will allow you to live stream your TV programs. Just like we are having this conversation, we are using digital technology to conduct this interview, yet we are disseminating this information via TV that has mass appeal. So there's no doubt this technology will evolve, will develop, but the role of television has come to stay in the lives of the people because it's the medium that has the capacity of telling stories with visual. Is believing.
Thank you very much, Dr. Johnson.
It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
And now to political matters. I've been talking with Dr. Jide Johnson, the head of Department of Mass Communications at the Nigerian Institute of Journalism. And now to political matters. A few months to the 2023 presidential election, the All Progressives Congress is putting finishing touches to bridge the existing gaps arising from previous party activities. Abubakar Akwanga reports.
Of campaigns are already rising across the country, and ovations from backgrounds are getting louder as February 25th is gradually setting in to seal the deal for a new presidency. And the All Progressives Congress is putting lasting touches to mend broken fences arising from party primaries, congresses and convention ahead of the 2023 elections. The Committee for Reconciliation and Integrity under the Tinubu-Shettima Grassroots Independent Campaign Council is saddled with a mandate, and this inauguration sets the ball rolling.
We do not want what is happening in one or two other parties to happen. And knowing all of you in the background you come from, your capacity, I believe that will be able to protect solutions.
At the end of the day, the party will expect a very peaceful membership that will push forward the presidential campaigns and to deliver our president.
We can tell from afar who is going to be good to our children. So Bola Ahmed Tinubu is going to be fantastic for Nigerian youth. It's going to be fantastic for Nigerian women.
He has even done the job for some of us because his name opened doors. He's not a Nigeria with liabilities. It's a Nigeria that has a lot of positives attached to him.
The committee says its members are not unaware of the daunting task ahead and insist that the approach to get everyone on board should result to a win-win game. In Abuja, Abubakar Akwanga, NTA News.
Now we head to Cano State, where at least 2,000 support groups from across the state have marched through the streets of the state capital to show solidarity to the All Progressives Congress and its presidential flag bearer, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ahead of a planned mega rally early next year to garner more support for the APC candidate. Abdullahi Mustafa reports.
The Tinubu Shetima support groups were drawn from the 484 political wards of Kano State. Trekking, riding and driving, members led by the Northwest Support Group's director of the APC Campaign Council, Dr. Babadang Agundi, are on a 1 million PVC show which they pledged to use in casting their ballots for the APC presidential candidate. From the MS Palace through the Government House, these supporters converged on the Cano racecourse to make and listen to solidarity speeches.
This is just the tip of the iceberg. We are trying to convince Nigerians that yes, Cano is the biggest democratic market.
Governor Abdullah Umar Ganduji, who expressed happiness over the large turnout and peaceful conduct of supporters, urged them to ensure that they do same during the general elections. He also enjoined politicians to shun hate speeches and engage in issue-based campaigns with a view to ensuring a rancor-free electioneering process. In Kano, Abdullah Mustafa, NTA News.
Similarly, the PDP presidential campaign train has called on the good people of Gombe and the Northeast in general to vote for the party, as it is the only way to bring an end to the challenges in the sub-region. Abazme Kanu reports.
All PDP candidates contesting for various elected posts in the Northeast, state and national officials of the party, as well as supporters and members of the public gathered at Pantani Stadium welcome the PDP presidential standard bearer. Atiku's campaign train is comprised of PDP former and serving governors, members of the National Assembly and other stakeholders. Reconstruction of major roads connecting the entire Northeast sub-region, improvement of security situation and intervention in the agricultural sector formed major parts of Atiku Abubakar's promises at the rally. PDP Vice Presidential candidate Senator Ifeanyi Okowa, Senator Dino Melaye, DG Atiku Presidential Campaign Team Amin Waziri Tambol, among many others, highlighted some of the strategies to be used by the former Vice President Atiku Abubakar in fixing the Nigerian socio-economic and security challenges if voted into power. High point of the ceremony was formal presentation of PDP flag to Gombe State Governorship Standard Bearer Jibril Barde by the National Chairman of the party. In Gombe, Abbas Mekano, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, has reaffirmed his commitment to moving Nigeria from a consumer to a production economy if elected president come February 2023. This was during his interaction on The Candidate, a presidential town hall series televised on the NTA. Embedded in his plans are changing the agricultural landscape in the northern part of Nigeria, improving security and supporting emergence of modular refineries.
We are the only people who emphasize that we're going to move the country from consumption to production, because Nigeria is not a productive country.
And the economy is at the base of all our problems. Yes, we have a security problem, but you can link it directly to the economy.
Peter Obi also believes ensuring equity, justice and rule of law will go a long way in tackling security issues across the country.
Ensure that ensure the security of life and property of Nigerians, and to show a united.
So here is the question.
I would like to do with the kind permission of Mr. President is the way he says he wants to sit down and dialogue with agitating groups. While he's doing that, I would like another group to quickly sit with ASU and extract a commitment that in that 4-year period, they will not go on strike.
The candidates also fielded questions on education, climate change and security in order to make the agenda for the country known. And up next is business news with Musa Abubakar.
Thank you, Najatu. The federal government says the launch of the second National Action Plan on Ease of Doing Business is aimed at supporting small businesses to access finance, register their businesses, certify their products, in addition to building their capacity and ensuring access to markets, among other incentives. This was at the maiden edition of the National Industrial Business Summit in Abuja, with the theme, The Future of Small-Scale Industries in Nigeria, Opportunities and Challenges. The summit is aimed at collaborating to unlock the power of small-scale industries for economic inclusion and industrialization.
His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, recently signed the Startup Bill into law as part of efforts to support the growth and development of startups, especially those operating in the ICT sector, to enhance economic growth and development. I therefore urge all relevant stakeholders to take full advantage of this act.
Oil prices were down on Monday but reversed some losses after hitting their lowest since early January on conflicting reports about whether Saudi Arabia and other OPEC oil producers are considering a 500,000 barrel daily output increase. CNBC reports that Brent crude futures for January fell 1.6% to $86.21 a barrel. U.S. West Texas Intermediate crude futures for December were down 2.1% at $78.39. Investors in the capital markets gained 92.72 billion naira to begin the week in positive territory. The all-share index climbed 0.38% at 44,662.96 basis point. 159.5 million securities worth 1.9 billion naira were traded in 3,607 deals. Equity capitalization increased to 24.3 trillion naira. Transcorp, ICO Insurance PLC, and Zenith Bank were the most active stocks at the end of the day's transaction. And that's a quick look at business news. Ajay, back to you.
On behalf of the Bauchi State Government and the entire people of Bauchi State, His Excellency Senator Bala Abdul Qadir Mohammed, CON, Gauram Bauchi, Executive Governor of Bauchi State, welcomes His Excellency President Muhammadu Buhari, Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, to the groundbreaking ceremony of the Kolmani Integrated Development Project activities in all prospecting licenses 809 and 810 Kolmani River 2 Oil Field. Date Tuesday 22nd November 2022 at 11 a.m. at the Kolmani River 2 Oil Project site in Alkaleri Local Government Area, Bauchi State. Long live Bauchi State, long live Federal Republic of Nigeria. Special Advisor, Media and Publicity to the Bauchi State Governor, Comrade Mukhtar Gidado, announcer.
A peak protein breakfast gets me to a great day. How do I know? Because my daddy goes to his work feeling good and always with a smile. Mommy is always filled with confidence. My sister is always in tune. And for me, Learning new things becomes absolute fun. Because all day and every day, you keep those.
Start your day. Protein breakfast. Rich for your people.
Experience the future of emerging technologies at the 2022 Zenith Bank Tech Fair, taking place at Eco Hotel and Suites, Victoria Island, Lagos, on the 22nd and 23rd of November 2022, from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. daily. Theme: Future Forward 2.0. Participation is free, courtesy of Zenith Bank PLC. You, however, need to register your attendance at www.zenithbank.com/tech fair. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Joey, please listen.
Please, I don't want to talk.
Joey, just give me one chance.
Now prepare the food where I shop now. You different. So you go make am for me tomorrow again. No. Now you go dey prepare my food from now on.
Mr. Chef Spices Cube dey available for different pack sizing. Try am today. It's different.
Stubborn dark marks? Try new Nivea Lumina 630. Visibly reduces up to 10 years of stubborn dark marks in just 4 weeks. New Nivea Lumina 630. Get even and luminous skin.
When times are tough, we know that as a mother, one thing you should never compromise on is your family's oral health, because they deserve the best. Oral-B, all-round protection. Great value. It protects your mouth from harmful bacteria and also protects you against tooth holes and gum problems which can lead to tooth loss. It strengthens your family's teeth and gives them all-round protection. So remember, protect their future. Oral-B for healthier, stronger teeth in just 1 week.
Where are you bringing that to? What's that? Look! Do you even know how it was produced?
Madam, we know things are hard.
But it is our people that say health is wealth. Don't compromise on quality. JD! Oh, I know there's a reason why we are friends.
Use power oil. It is triple filtered. It contains omega-6 and omega-9. It's fortified with vitamin A. Plus, it comes in different packs and sizes, so you can afford this without breaking the bank.
My people know the importance of making the right choice.
Looking fresh for your date? Get even fresher with Close Up. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula. It cleans deeply, fights 99% of bacteria, and cools intensely, keeping you protected and fresh.
Picture.
Still fresh, still protected.
Feeling cool and protected.
All day confidence to get close. New Close Up Triple Fresh formula.
Bye, Mom.
He's going to play in this weather. Why did you let him go? He might fall ill. And if he doesn't go out for practice, how will he win more trophies? To protect our family from illness-causing germs during the rainy season, we use Dettol soap every day.
Dettol with Germ Defense gives you protection. Rainy season brings a lot of germs, and Dettol soap's Germ Defense protects you from up to 100 illness-causing germs. Dettol soap is endorsed by the Nigerian Medical Association. Be Dettol sure.
Thanks for staying tuned. You're just in time for Sports Update.
The reigning African champions Serenga Lions of Senegal conceded 2 late second-half goals in their 2022 FIFA World Cup opening game defeat.
Download the iOS or Android app on your mobile device to watch NTA International on the go, anywhere in the world. NTA International, your window through the world.
Dial Media, in association with Cabal Entertainment, presents The Candidate, a presidential town hall meeting series where the presidential candidates of the 6 leading political parties tell us about their plans for the country. Join Kadaria Ahmed as she leads us into the world of these candidates from the 17th to the 23rd of November 2022. This very important program will be streamed on FRCN, Radio Now, PSTV, NTA, Facebook, YouTube, and more. This is a town hall meeting you shouldn't miss. Tune in. Let's hear from the candidates.
Before the moment we've been waiting, it's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. God, do your winning dance now. So we never lose it again.
Prayed Allah to accept the soul of the departed and count him worthy of Al-Jannah Firdaus. Some of the sympathizers recount with nostalgia the virtues of late Professor Muhammad Akambi, describing him as a devout Muslim, kind-hearted, humility personified, and a philanthropist whose life touched many on his sojourn on earth.
Here is a man who came and then entrenched what we call academic tradition.
That has led to vacuum that will be very hard to fill.
Miss his mentorship ability.
Late Professor Muhammad Akambi, until his death, was the Vice Chancellor, Cross State University, Malete, a senior advocate of Nigeria, and a professor of law. He is survived by a wife and 3 children. He was aged 51. Kehinde Omolosho, NTA News.
Our condolences to the people of Kwara State. And that concludes the news at this hour. Thanks for watching. I'm Nacha Atutejani.
NTA, you can't beat the rich.
Before the moment we've been waiting, it's time to rise up, do it again. Africa, do your dance now. God, do your winning dance now. So we never lose it again. Africa rise up, yes we gon' rise up. Africa rise up, yeah. Africa rise up,
Yes, we will rise up. Africa, rise up.